You know how affairs go. Sooner or later, someone gets jealous and
I hear that. Everything cleared up back at home. No more strain.
for now. At least.
You're blocking my light, doll.
Oh, it's you again. What can I do for you?
Let's go.
Our enemies are as good as dead, darling. Hey. Oh, Dee, by the way, I've marked the location on your map. I'm awful with electronics, so let's hope it was the right place. I'll leave the particulars to your discretion. Better if it's someone who's detached from the situation.
What's this all about?
Well, it used to be about money. Now it's about principle. I own half the combination to a private safe. A fortune our family has been fighting over for centuries. But a month ago, I got a letter inviting me to the Commonwealth from a man who claimed to be my brother. Rather interesting, considering he's dead.
Family? It's important. Are you sure you want this?
Your concern is noted, but I'm afraid you're confusing the word family with people who want me dead. I assure you, the second list is far more inclusive. Long story short, it's a sibling rivalry, except with more violence. Because unlike the wasteland, some things never get old. On the contrary, they only get worse.
I do the boys with all my manual labor. It's good to be a good.
What the hell was that?
Search the body for a holotape. The letter said the combination.
Ну ничего, скупщику все продал.
My leg may be broken, but I can always just walk it off.
Perfect. Hi.
Yes, my dear.
Maybe there's more with the other corpses.
People aren't books, you know. You don't stop halfway to grab yourself a bite to eat. Clearly, you were so impressed with my wit, I've left you completely speechless. Well, this is new. Typically, when you're in a conversation, it helps if you respond. So, that's why he insisted on holotapes. Even in death, Arthur found a way to get the last word. I love that about him, as much as I despised everything else. But I am sad that he's gone. He was family, after all. Which means the infection I suffered in DC has yet to subside.
What do we do now?
One thing we won't do is give up. If Arthur's dead, that means someone killed him. And that person had to have a motive. Granted, that list might be infinite, so it's best we start at the top.
What do you think happened to him?
If I had to venture a guess, I'd say this is Margaret's work. You can tell by the lasers and dead robots. And if Margaret's really alive, perhaps she'll want to work together. My sister would know this, of course. See if you can't find another clue somewhere. Hopefully with an address and directions.
Perfect.
Hey, drink this.
I found this old photo.
Ah, I know the place in the picture. A pre-war cafe for dilettantes and socialites, and a post-war nightclub for hustlers and scabs. Old enough to feel safe, but new enough to be dangerous. That's my sister for you. One step ahead with two left feet. Well, we shouldn't keep her waiting. Let's go.
When I was still human.
Can't stay away, huh?
And so here you are. This bar was a nice choice. Maudlin, but nice all the same.
You'd be amazed how little this neighborhood has changed. The bombs may have dropped, but the dirt is still here.
And you were never one to avoid getting your hands dirty. In fact, you're looking much better than Arthur these days.
Looking's not as good as having, honey.
It never is. I suppose the question is whether you want it all for yourself, or if you want to do this together.
I do, actually.
Then it's time you dropped this ruse. After all, you're far too nice to pass for my sister. You, on the other hand, with that disgruntled look, as if the world were too small and you had to slouch to fit inside it. That I recognize.
You're as perceptive as ever, Audrey, and still a huge bitch.
Takes one to know one. Is this a new body? Well, new in the relative sense. I wasn't aware since came in vintage models.
Why do you think I chose it? It helps sell the illusion. Not that I needed it. Arthur would never deign to make eye contact with the help.
So, you've been working for him?
Naturally. I let him collect the combination, then waited for my opportunity to take it. After all, our brother would never agree to working together. He'd call it surrendering to Father's idealistic garbage.
He also wouldn't trust either of us not to kill him.
That too. In fact, I believe his favorite saying was, "That isn't water under the bridge."
Yes, I imagine it was something much thicker. And he was right, as it turns out. So, why not do the same to me?
Because I've always liked you, Audrey. I couldn't stand to be around you, but that's not the same thing. And best of all, I know working together would piss our brother off to no end.
All right. But if we're going to work together, my friend here is coming along. She's quite capable.
Still don't trust me, do you? All right, fine. Your friend can come. The two of you can meet me at the old summer estate. It's time to find out once and for all what legacy Father left us.
You with the Minutemen? Because if so, I got a one-finger salute and a bullet with your name on it.
If I told you I'm with the Minutemen, would you still want to shoot me?
No. Death is too good for you assholes. I want you to live with the guilt, like I do.
What happened? What have they done?
It's not what they did, it's what they didn't do. When they recruited me to build artillery, they said I'd be gone a month, tops. They promised they'd patrol the farm day and night. That's what General Becker said, day and night. He said it was for the good of the Commonwealth. Well, I say, fuck the Commonwealth, and fuck the Minutemen. I should never have left Rosie and the kids. Not for a second. And now they're gone.
Hey.
So what have you been up to,
Leave me
sister?
alone.
Still shooting raiders for kicks?
Yes, but not intentionally. Nowadays, they just force my hand. And you?
Oh, the same old.
Combat
The
zone
combat
is
zone.
nothing short above
I
that.
heard about this place.
old summer home. It's just as tacky as I remember it.
Who cares? The terminal for the code's on the wall there. My number's 47.
All right. I'll enter the full code now. What is it you think we'll find, anyway?
I don't know. Gold, jewels, baseball cards. Could be anything. The old man was secretive.
We must have had different fathers. The one I remember would go out of his way to tell you about his exploits.
Only when he was drunk.
That should do it. Shall we?
Congratulations on entering the safe room. Your father would have been very pleased you managed to make it this far. Of course, there's no guarantee the five of you work together, and as such, further proof is needed.
You can't be serious.
As you'll note, there are 5 rooms in this house, each with a self-contained test designed specifically for the 5 of you. Pass them all, and you unlock the main safe.
Except there's only 2 of us here.
Don't bother. It's a recording. It's a miracle this piece of scrap even functions after all this time.
Now go forth, sirs and madams, and reap the rewards that can only come from working together.
So, the entire house is a safe. I assume cracking our puzzles will be easy. The rest will take some ingenuity. We'll have to act like our siblings. Or even worse, think like them.
I'll leave that to you and your friend. You were always mocking everyone's mannerisms. Perhaps that might pay off here.
Well, I assume the kitchen will be Barnaby's. He was a fine chef. God only knows why he chose to have his servants cook for him instead. Arthur's test will likely be the stage room. He always enjoyed a good play. Antoinette's, I assume, will be in her bedroom. Something violent, I presume.
Mine likely involves some sort of robotics or science experiment, so I'll head over to the lab. We can meet up when we're done. You've got your job and I've got mine. We can meet up when it's over.
Please proceed to the next phase.
What is it, my dear?
Okay, let's rest a second.
Test 1. Baking. Barnaby, if you would please make Father's favorite meal.
Ah, I believe that would be squirrel stew. It's a joke, really. Barnaby called Father a squirrely man and cooked it for him without ever telling him the contents.
Congratulations, Barnaby. You passed your portion of the test. Please proceed to the next phase.
Arthur's test. The show starts when you step on the stage. All right. So, what will this test be? I'd assume it'd be the bar, or something from that time period.
For this test, you will need to perform the play, The Silver Shroud.
Of course. It would have to be a comic book. Arthur memorized them all because he knew it would bother me to no end. Unfortunately, I'll need you to read the lines, darling. I couldn't possibly do it justice. Don't worry. If you get stuck, just spout out the most incomprehensible nonsense you can think of, and you'll be fine.
Please proceed to the next phase.
Hey,
What do you want, stranger? Can't you see I'm busy selling drugs to kids?
bad idea. Unless you really want to piss me off.
Response not recognized. Aborting program.
Hey,
What do you want, stranger? Can't you see I'm busy selling drugs to kids?
Peddling poison to kids, are we? You have taken your last life, villain.
I don't think so. I can poison as many children as I want and no one can stop me. Because in Boston, the mob owns the police.
Your crimes have gone unpunished for too long. But today you face the Silver Shroud!
Ah, the Dark Dick himself. I thought you'd be taller. And if you think someone as short as yourself can stop me, then you're as foolish as the human who designed that getup.
It is not wise to stand between the Silver Shroud and righteous justice.
Ah, but there's another thing standing between you and justice. This helpless child, Timmy. And if you want to punish me, you'll have to kill him to do it. For I've taken him hostage.
You shield yourself behind an innocent. You are craven. And you shall fall before me.
We'll see about that.
I am the instrument of justice, and I cannot fall. Death has come for you, evildoer, and I am its shroud!
Congratulations, Arthur. You passed your portion of the test. Please proceed to the next phase.
It looks like that did the trick. And just in the nick of time. Any longer and I would have shot you myself.
Please proceed to the next phase.
Jammed.
Antoinette had anger issues. She reminds me of a feral ghoul. Or rather, ghouls remind me of her.
If you're ready to start the test, press the button on the wall there.
Your Geiger counter seems to have lost its mind, which means we have to work quickly. We'll have to think like my sister. Destroy everything in the room and see if that stops it. Something you need, darling. This is not what I meant when I said your skin should glow.
Congratulations, Antoinette. You passed your portion of the test. Please proceed to the next phase.
That's all the tests. Let's see how Margaret's doing. Is something the matter?
Need something? All you gotta do is ask.
Well, I hope these ladies didn't cause you too much trouble.
They're not ladies. They're machines.
And I'm sure disabling them was as simple as pressing 300 buttons.
At least that much. Not that you'd understand anyway. Regardless, it looks like all that's left is your room. I can't wait to see what horrors await inside.
Don't worry, Margaret. I doubt it's anything I haven't shown you already. Not that you were paying attention. Let's go.
This looks like an excellent place to rest our feet. It's stuck.
What's this? A room with a holotape? I just had to disable 3 assaultrons before they ripped me to shreds, and this is all that's waiting for you.
Congratulations, Audrey. You've passed your portion of the test. The door to the safe is open.
I suppose that's that then. Should we listen to the holotape?
Let's just go. Anything made for you, I have no interest in exposing myself to.
What is it, my dear?
I was constructed in a place not unlike this.
So, would you like to do the honor?
You gotta be kidding me. All this work for a single vial?
Let's not jump to conclusions. Father was nothing if not predictable.
This vial is a special serum developed by a friend of your father's. Contained inside are the secrets of immortality itself.
Immortality? Ha! Well, this is a fine joke.
You don't say. I suspected the prize was worthless, but it's even worse than that. It's ironic.
I am sorry to interrupt your joyous celebration, but I must inform you that I have now fulfilled my duty as guardian of your father's estate. Good luck to all of you.
Well, I suppose it's not a total loss. I'll take that vial, thank you very much.
Really, Margaret? It's a serum that grants you immortality. It might as well be a state-of-the-art television for all the good it'll do.
It may not be worth anything to us, but it's worth something to somebody, which makes it a valuable commodity all the same.
Ah, so you did more than disable those assaultrons. You reprogrammed them. There really was no need. If I wanted to kill you, Margaret, I assure you, my friend over here could.
You're all talk, you know that? It's funny. Arthur said you were street smart, that you were the one person who couldn't be swayed by sentiment. And in the end, you just gave me your half of the combination.
You'll find I've given you much, much more. That is, if you ever bother to look.
Humph.
Goodbye, sister. Don't spend it all in 1 century. Is something the matter?
Hey, whatever this...
Well, that ends that. I appreciate the restraint you showed. Margaret may not have had a high opinion of me, but in time she may realize what she really gained from all this.
What happened between you two?
Well, a better question would be, what happened between you 5? The 5 of us played each sibling against the other, like a game. In the end, we forgot who hated whom and why. Regardless, I'd say poor Margaret left the real prize behind. It's a lesson I learned in D.C. Immortality doesn't have to be dreadful, provided you spend it in good company. In fact, given your knack for pacifism, I think traveling with you will be quite the education. Hopefully, you feel the same.
Of course, traveling with you is never dull.
And more than murder and theft, being dull is quite possibly the worst crime I can imagine. So I'm pleased to hear my case won't be going to trial. But enough with the hugs and kisses. You have work to do, right? Then let's do it.